What is going on, everyone? We are in, I'll tell you where we're at in just a second. Once we get enough people in there, we go. Now we got a bunch of people in here. Sorry about that last one.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please.
Hold on, announcement.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if I may have your attention, please. We should be arriving at Eugene Station in about 7 minutes. Eugene is a fresh air smoke break stop. We ask everyone to please remain seated until this train comes to a complete stop at the station. Once everyone seated until this train comes to a complete stop at the station. Please stay clear of the aisles, most especially the stairways and the lower level areas until this train comes to a complete stop at the station. For those passengers leaving us here at Eugene, if you have checked bags,
this chick giving this announcement is the worst at these announcements every single time. She's just horrible.
Eugene will bring your checked luggage to you right outside the main station building. If you have brought a bicycle on board, please proceed to the back car.
She just never quits talking. Anyway, right now.
Passengers continue further north.
Oh God, she's still going.
It is a fresh air smoke break stop. However, this will be a very short and quick stop. We ask everyone to please remain train side and board promptly upon hearing the conductor's all aboard and train whistle.
All right, that's enough for her. Then I guess not.
We will not be reopening the doors in preparation for departure out of Eugene.
Right now we're in Springfield, Oregon. This was the inspiration for The Simpsons, the cartoon. Springfield, Oregon is where the guy Matt Groening got the inspiration for Springfield, wherever they are in The Simpsons. There's a bunch of stories on why he decided that, but one I heard was he'd come down here for a football game when he was in high school. He's from Portland, and he said the people were really weird, so that's why he named his town Springfield. This isn't the best scenery that we've had, but it's okay. I tried to get a bunch of other ones, but we were way out away from any signals. Denzel Thomas, how are you? You need some of that Nevada? Yeah, I bet you do, Lon. Not sure how long this one's gonna last, guys, but hey, there's some people to canoe out there under the bridge. Hey everyone, hey Lon, thanks. Appreciate you supporting the channel. We are in Springfield, Oregon. There's some trash for you down there. Yeah, so in case you're wondering where the town in The Simpsons came from, this is it. What country would I live in besides the US? Any Scandinavian country or Canada. Maybe Panama again. Prettiest places in Oregon. That's one we've thought about doing. Yep, I'm getting closer to home, Marie. Got about another hour, I'd say, on the train. That's about it. Heading back home, Portland. I was down Los Angeles for a couple days. Adam. Just about, red car. Just about. We didn't see any fires coming up. On the way down, we saw... it was all... The smoke was still in the air from the fires down in California. But that was on the way down. I haven't seen anything up here now. LA... doesn't seem as bad as, well, no, LA is definitely not as bad with the homeless people, which I'm not ragging on them. They're in a tough situation, most of them, and you know, it's a tough subject in general. But
Ladies and gentlemen,
here she comes again.
Stopped just short of our station stop of Eugene.
Hey, Greg.
Once again, we are not at Eugene Station. We're coming to a stop on a red signal just before our station stop. Dispatcher's giving us their red signal. As soon as we get the green light, we'll once again be on our way.
They need to smack the mic out of her hand.
Please remain seated. Free and clear the aisles, most especially the stairways and the lower level area.
Most especially, is that even a phrase. What? Yeah, I'm on Amtrak. So, yeah, we're just at a stop here real quick. Let me turn this around. If I can. There we go. Let me get out of the camera. So, yeah, this is where I am. Almost home. I tried a couple times to get some good, live stream going, but there was nothing happening there. But yeah, so this is about it. Right now I'm just outside of Eugene. We just passed through Springfield, Oregon. So just about home. Yeah, this is fun. Actually, I enjoy this. A little bored with it now. I'd like to get off. But I'm almost there. That usually towards the end of the trip, you're usually like, I need to get off this train. I'm at that point right now. Yeah, so dirty city, dirty town. Yeah, it is. Albert, good afternoon. Mike and Molly. Hey, I took that Amtrak to Chicago a couple times now, from Portland. It's a good time. Going home, Albert. Back to Portland. Yeah, I've always heard good things about Springfield.
31 car 10. 31 car 10.
What kind of people take the Amtrak? Usually people that don't like to fly, people that have time, or people that have money and they can get a room. Because it's a little more expensive to get the room here, like I have, than a normal seat. It's cheaper to fly down to LA, but I enjoy the train. I got the time and I like to see America, so I do it. Eugene is a nice place. They just have a really bad homeless problem right now. Which it'd be great if they could do something about it. Eugene and Salem, both, and Portland, all three of them. But it's they just need better programs or something to fix it. It's got far too many, and it's bad for the people that are living through it. I love it. I love Oregon. Top 10 reasons to move to Paris, France. Probably have to get my son involved in that one because I've never been to Paris. He has. Corvallis does not as bad as some of the other ones. Eugene, Salem, and Portland. They don't have as many homeless, but they got their amount. Old West towns. That is one, Charles. That's one we thought about because we were talking about doing one that still have like towns that have that European feel, like Solvang in California, and you've got Leavenworth up here in Washington. There's a bunch of towns that have that European feel to them in America. Another one we were thinking about is some of the Old West towns that are still look like an Old West town. That's one we've thought about a couple times. Is there a New York to Denver Amtrak? You'd have to take a couple different trains. The Lakeshore Limited, which I think goes from New York, goes to Chicago, then you get in Chicago, and Chicago will take you down to Denver. One of the train trips I suggest to everyone, always, is to fly to Denver, because that part from Chicago to Denver is boring. It's just Kansas and whatever, Nebraska, I don't know, Iowa, and it's just flat nothing. Not Leavenworth, Kansas, Leavenworth, Washington. But I see what you live there. So the best train trip you could take is get a room and someone you like to talk to, and go from Denver to like Salt Lake City or Reno, but that takes you through the Rockies, and it's amazing. Hey, Anthony, how is Chicago? Love the pizza. If you're from Seattle, would you like Oregon? Yeah, I imagine you would. Same weather, same about everything. Portland's smaller than Seattle. but it's pretty much the same vibe. Giordano's is amazing. Love that place. 16 hours, yeah. The longest I've been on a train is, well, on one single train, 48 hours, but I've actually spent 72 traveling on trains. No, I'm on the Coast Starlight. Yeah, I think the fires are pretty much done in there. Hey, Scotland. I think the fires are done here in Oregon. If not, they should be soon. Oh, damn it. Have I been to Astoria? Yeah, it's not as nice. Go to Cannon Beach. Astoria's not that nice. It's a little run down if you ask me. How about Texas? You know, one I haven't been on yet is that one that goes from New Orleans through Texas to Los Angeles. That's one train I haven't been on yet. 40 minutes longest train ride. I take those all the time if I'm going downtown Portland. Actually, I haven't done that in a while. I've been driving. Yeah, I've been to Eugene, Oregon many times. Your sister, she could probably tell you some stories if your sister lives in San Francisco. I'm going home. On my way back from Los Angeles. Oh yeah, Portland has a ton of transplants. Same thing with Denver, Seattle, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Well, Los Angeles has a lot of old people that live there forever, but best states to retire, sir. I've been to Twin Falls, Idaho. Didn't spend a bunch of time there. I mean, I know it by stats, but I didn't spend a bunch of time there. Absolutely, Diane. Thanks for watching. Cannabis legalized states. I think that's close to all of them now. I shouldn't say that. Majority of them, I think, have gone that route. Through Canton. No, Maria, that's one I plan on doing. Probably within the next, once this pandemic's over, I plan on taking that transcontinental Alaskan one. Most walkable cities is one we've looked at a bunch of times. And I might do it. I don't know what the views would be like on it. So I'd have to do it when I'm doing really good. If I have too many videos in a row that don't do that well, it's like they quit promoting me as much and I can see a definite drop in all my stats. Seattle Seahawks, are they undefeated? I heard Pittsburgh was. All I know is my Cleveland Browns have only lost one game, which is amazing. I have done the dirtiest cities, not the cleanest cities, but that's one we've talked about before. 5-0, nice. Seattle's 5-0, it's good. I have been on the train from Los Angeles. That's called from Chicago to Los Angeles. It's called the Southwest Chief. I don't recommend that trip to anyone. It's boring. And you drive through New Mexico and yeah, it's not worth looking at. Closest U.S. city to Amsterdam. Yeah, everyone hit that like button if you haven't already. Mixing it all up. In Tall Pines, how are you? Buy me a taco. There you go. If the Browns do go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to live stream the whole event at my house because it'll be a party. Yeah, I went on the Southwest Chief. So a couple months back, I got on in Portland, went to Chicago, stayed overnight in Chicago, got on the Southwest Chief, and came back down to Los Angeles. Well, the Southwest Chief, we ran into the train breaking down, all kinds of stuff, and we were like 12 hours late. And they were originally gonna put me on a bus up to San Francisco to catch up with my train that goes from this one actually, the Coastal Starlight that had already left because we were late. You know, I had a 2.5 hour window and we didn't even get near it. So they were going to send us up to San Francisco and catch up with the train on a bus, which I was already sketchy about doing. And then they told us that we might not catch the train. So they were just going to bus us all the way to Portland. And I was like, no, I'm flying home. So I flew home. I was supposed to do this circle thing, and it kind of bummed me out, but oh well. Decade for the Browns one. It will be it. Yeah, you know, I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'd really like to see them make the playoffs this year, and that looks like a possibility. I know we're only 5 weeks into the season or whatever, but it's a possibility. The trains are more expensive than flying. Yeah, they definitely are. Maryland, Mega, what about Maryland? I know you left something up there. I was talking and I didn't catch it. Are trains better than planes? It depends on who you are. If you got the time. I mean, this takes a long time and it's more expensive. But if you want to see America, this is a great way to do it. I've never been to China. What are the black things behind me? These things, these are lights. Like reading lights, which nobody needs anymore because everyone's got a thing. Now this is what's stupid about these trains. You'll see this when I do the video on this one. Oh, someone donated something. Sorry, I missed that one. Seattle Sideshow. Let me read this. How do you describe Eugene versus Portland as far as people, vibe goes? How do you compare homeless Oregon, California? Love them. Yeah, thanks. So let me unpack that one. Eugene versus Portland. So they're very similar, but Portland's a little more, I'd say, younger people. Even though they got the college down here, there's a different lifestyle up there. It's more laid back and more hippie-ish, I guess you could say, in Portland. So that's what I like about Portland. It's a little more free, and I'm kind of the artistic type, even though I don't paint or play a musical instrument. I enjoy the vibe of Portland better than Eugene. Now, as far as the homeless, Oregon versus California, it's way worse in California. Portland has some, and it's not the greatest. You know, they're everywhere, and they need help. I don't ever want anyone to think that I'm ragging on them. They're in a bad situation. They need help. But compared to California, Oregon's got nothing. California is horrible. I knew it was bad, but this train trip going down there and just the tent cities along the train tracks, it was eye-opening. I mean, I knew they had them. I've seen them in the city and stuff like that. Every city has homeless or people basically down on their luck, but I didn't know the extent. It was bad.
To the IC, please. Assistant conductor to the IC.
Yeah, they do. You know, I had some idiot last night. He was all, oh, homeless people, drug addicts, drunks, and lazy people. That's all they are. No, dude. I actually blocked him because he was just ignorant. That's not their situation. Their situation is a lot of them mental problems or drug problems, but there's still about 30% of them that just, you know, medical thing put them on the street. Lost a job, put them on the street. Just a lot of Americans. I forget the number, but it was like 50% of America is one missed paycheck away from living on the street. Or 1 month, I forget what it was, but it wasn't that. It's not like people have 6 months, a year of savings. A lot of them are just really close to getting tossed on the street. My state, which state is my favorite? Oregon, Pennsylvania, Vermont. One of those three. All right, guys, I think we're going to lose. Oh, hey, wait, got some scenery here. I think this is the Willamette River, or part of it, like a branch of it. New England is expensive. Very green. Yep. Hey, Pickle Rick. Hey, there's some homeless right there, guys. There's a little camp right back there. We just passed it. I don't know if you could see that. Another tent. Yep, more. I don't know if you could see those. Maybe I'll tilt it down here. What am I traveling? The train, for those of you who just get on here. I don't think you could see that a minute ago, but there was a bunch of, I had it tilted up, and I don't know if you guys saw those tent cities down there. Ever seen squaws? No, but I look for them all the time, even though I really don't believe in them. This is coming into Eugene. Well, I'm glad you've been watching. Thank you for that. And I'm glad you fell back in love with America. Or fell in love with America. It's a great country. I mean, we got our problems like every place else and try and fix them when new ones arise. But yeah, it's a great country. And I love seeing it. I love talking about it. Marlon Perkins. There you go. I wonder how many people remember Marlon Perkins on here. Copenhagen. I gotta go to Copenhagen. Amsterdam too. Remember Marlon Perkins? I used to love their opening intro. The music just, I think I used to watch it with my family on like whatever night it came on, Saturday or Sunday. And it just gives me a good feeling when I hear the music. Kind of reminds me of my mom. I'd go to Vermont before New Hampshire, even though they're really similar. Mutual of Omaha, yep. Christine, thanks for watching. Medford's okay. I mean, I haven't spent much time there, I think one day. But statistically, it's okay. Vienna, hey. All right, guys. I'm going to shut this one off because, yeah, I think it's going to get real boring here. Anyway, if we get some more scenery, I'll fire this back up and live stream again probably within the next hour. All right, see you soon.